Hello everybody, my name is Lhey. I'm also known as Mom and Lhey. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello and welcome. Today I have a very fun video and a very fun exercise class or just a little bit of tutorial to share with you. We just recently did an unboxing of our October Little Bits box, and we have some very fun stencils included in this kit. And today I want to share with you how I would use it myself and just give you a few ideas, give you a few inspiration, maybe how you can use it in your journal and in your planners too. So if you are excited, stay with me and make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos like this. So let's get started. Okay, so in our October Little Bits box, we have three fun stencils. And I have in here one of the stencils that I don't think I spoke a lot about, but we have this one where you will see different sizes of petals and you will see all these little tiny details in here. Now, I want to show you how you can use this in your planner. Like what I've mentioned in that video, I love using the gelatos. So I have my gelatos in here. I am really trying to be productive today because I do have some families visiting next week. They will be here for 3 weeks and we are going to be really, really busy. So I really want to create as much content as I can so that when they're here, I'm not thinking about work. Does that make sense? And this is new to me. I am not always like this, just so that we're, just so that we're clear. Maybe you're thinking, oh wow, Lay is like so productive. Yeah, no, that's not a normal thing for me. I'm not really someone who does that. But you know what? I'm trying to change and it's not too late. Now I have 2 more months for this year. Okay, so we're gonna start with, I usually have a baby wipes, but when you have like an idea in your head and you want to create the content right away, you're like, okay, I don't really want to go down in the garage and get a new package of baby wipes because I'm all out. So I'm just using a paper towel in here and some water to just really clean out this brush because I can really see that there's a lot of um, other inks in here, and the inks does not necessarily match the colors that I want to use today. So I don't want to contaminate the colors just in case. So I'm just cleaning, cleaning, cleaning. Now the gelatos are, a lot of people are very confused about the gelatos. Well, what is this? Is this crayons? Is this a pastel? What is it? How do I use it? Well, first of all, please do not eat this as much as, appetizing as it looks. Please do not. Because this is not food. I know, gelatos. And also, don't use this in your lips. This is not a lipstick. Um, they use the same this one structure. Why is this a little bit moist? Ooh, this is a little weird, but this is new. You saw me just opened it. Maybe it was because it's so humid here in Texas. But anyways, it uses the same mechanism as a lipstick, right? So you twist it at the bottom and all that, and the product would come out like this. Now, this is a pigment stick. It is water soluble, but the fun thing about the gelatos is that once it's dry, when it's dry, it is going to be waterproof. Isn't that crazy? So you can blend it with water, you can smudge it, blend it, because it's water soluble. You can use it like a watercolor. You can create your own palette. You can create, you can apply it directly into your page just like that. You can blend it with a brush. Let's get a water brush in here just so you can see. So if you have like a, you can blend it with a water brush like this. So fun. You can use it like this directly, just like that, or you can smudge it kind of like you would with an oil pastel. So if you have other colors, you can apply it over there and just blend it. So you together, the yellow and that pink would create like that orange like in the middle. So you can, do that. Or you can, let's wet this brush even more. You can actually pick it up directly from the barrel and then kind of like use it as a watercolor. Pick up some of that pigment and color it in. And the way you're going to use it will also determine how the products are going to look in your page. Now, I don't normally do this directly because of that moisture that's going to be left in the barrel, but I need to wake those pigment up. So try not to do that. Just kind of like be patient and not be like me. So we're just, so as you can see, when you use it directly on the page and then you try to blend it with some water, you're going to get really that full intensity, right, of that pigment. We're going to try it again. I'm going to try to smudge this time. Just smudge it, right? And we're going to try it this time around. And then we're going to blend it with some water. You have to work a slightly faster with the gelato. So while they're still dry, you want to be able to move those pigments around. What happens is that you're going to get like a mark, your application mark where you left the gelatos. It's going to leave that mark right there. If you smudge it, it still will do that. Now, another way to do it is that if you have a baby wipes, you wrap it around your pointer finger and then you just kind of like use that baby wipes to smudge and blend. But you can also wet your fingers and then blend it this way. So if you use a baby wipes, what happens is that you're also picking up some of that pigments. Does that make sense? So basically what you're going to end up with is a little bit, less opaque, kind of like when using it directly with a water brush. So you get that less opaque color. But then the good thing about the gelatos is that you can come in there and then add another layer and then intensify that color to just really add more pigments and then smudge again. So it's really fun. And the way you're going to get used to it is just by using it more and more. Now, one of my favorite ways to use the gelatos is actually using it with a blending brush like this. So I'm not sure if we still have some of that colors in there. If we do, just kind of like ignore it, please. Thank you very much. Okay, next. So we're just going to go apply the gelatos directly into the brush, just like this one, so you can see how much product I have in there. Not a whole lot, you know. And then we're going to go put it here. Just going to go over it. Now, if you have like a big brush, what you might want to do is cover up some of the areas that you don't want the gelatos to get in. So for example, this little tiny ones, you should probably put a washi tape in there or a painter's tape just to cover it up for now, just so you don't accidentally go over with your blending brush. So I'm just going to go clean it up just like that and clean up this brush. So if you ask me what is my favorite blending brush, I would really say right now it would be the Altenews blending brushes because they are so nice. I have one that's this size, and then I also have mini tiny ones, which is perfect for what we're going to do today. And I'm just going to try and grab it. I have this where I have all my Altenew supplies. Well, not all, but most. And I'm just going to go over and find my blending brushes because they're probably right in the bottom. All right, yes, I have most of it, but I'll show you the sizes that I have in here. Now, I might get the sizes wrong, but I'm just going to show you everything I have, and I'm not going to name it just so I don't make any mistake of which one is which, okay? And then you can just look it up on their website to know which one is the size that I'm talking about. So we have this one. This is from Altenew. It's short, you can use it really this way, and you feel like you really have great control over this one, and it's really easy to store away. This one, you have more grip to it because it's slightly longer. And then the size of the brush also is definitely smaller, right? So you can see here. So these are all the same sizes. And that's the difference from this size of the brush and then this size of the brush. So you can really see the difference of that of that size, right? And then the next one would be, this one is kind of like slightly tapered. I don't know if you guys can see that. See this one? See, this one is tapered like this, but this is the size compared to this size. So it's smaller. And then we have the next one, which is this one. It's just flat. There's no taper to that. But it's almost the same as this one, although this one is just tapered inside. And see, just one is tapered. This one is just a flat head like that. But they have the same size. This one is just small like this. Right. The next one from this is another tapered like this. So it's like slanted. Oh, this one doesn't have color, so it's really hard for the camera to pick up, but smaller than the other one. And then the next one is this small, so it's really tiny. Can you see that one? But these brushes are really great for details, and this is what I actually need right now to add some details to our flower. So you have this, and this that you can apply in the middle of the flower. So we're going to try this one right here. I'm going to choose the pink. I'm going to use this one, this mini brush. Well, okay, I'm not going to say the name because I can't remember the size, which size is which. So this is a smaller brush. And then we're just going to go over and then do this. Add it to that. And so now you have like details in there. I'm going to do the same thing, but use a different shape, but use whatever gelato product I have in here and just apply it in the middle part. And just like that, then you have added that pattern inside your flower. Now I'm going to go clean up. Try to clean your stencils as much as you can so you don't have, um, product buildup over there, because at the end of the day, it's it might be so hard to clean it, then it gets frustrating, and then it's not going to work you know as well as you would like it to. So I'm just going to go clean this one. I use it for yellow, but I'm going to use it for green this time. It's okay because I have some of the leaves greeneries. So we'll use this green right here. Oh, it's a brand new one. So I'm going to open right in. Open it. Ugh. I do have a green color, but it's not the same color as this. So, oops. Perfect. There we go. Don't lose the cap. I lose the cap all the time. So try to just kind of like put it, and it's clear, so it's really easy to lose. So try not to make it like this where it's going to roll. Just do it like that so it doesn't move around on you. Okay. I'm just going to go pick up some of that product. Just like this. Of course, the smaller your brush is, it might take a little bit to just pick up some of the products. Now, and I'm just going in circle, so just in circular motion, just like this. Just like that, so you can add some greenery in your page. And then you can use one of the bigger leaf shape, picking up some of the gelatos, put it over here, just like this. This one is like one solid shape right here. But we have this shape right here to use in the middle. So if you have like a darker green, you can definitely use that. And I feel like I do. Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. All right. So we have this one. This is iridescent, so it might not color in so much because it's slightly translucent, because it's meant to layer on top of things to kind of like have a different color. But we're just going to add this here. I'm not sure it will show up, but we can always try. Probably not, but there it is. Let's just pretend that it did show up. Kind of. I mean, a little bit. Can you see that? So, yeah. So that one is how you're going to use the stencils because you're probably wondering, what am I going to do with all these, shapes in here? So that's how you're going to use it, just in case you're wondering. I'm going to go do it on the side, and I want to show you another one. All right. So for the washi strips, I love the washi strips. It's so fun because the sides are like torn edges, and it's like a piece of washi tape that you cut. So this one is like a solid one, this. So you can use it just like this, and then you kind of like use your markers to add some pattern inside, some details. You can definitely use that. So that's what you have, like a torn edge. So you can definitely design something inside, decorate it with something. But let's try this one. It has a bit of a pattern. So just a different look. Just like that. So you have a little bit of pattern going on inside. Like that. I really love this color. So if you're looking for like fun colors to use with this kit, definitely these colors are like something that you're going to want to have. So you have lavender color, which is like a very light pink, like this. And then you have this one. This is the bubble gum. So you get like two different pinks in there. I mean, I think both are going to work. I can still smudge it. I love it. Like that. And then this one is the banana. This one is mango. Oh, now I want some fruits. And then this one is lime. Definitely. Look at all that colors. Isn't that so beautiful? It really will match your October Little Bits kit. So these are nice colors. I'm saying the lavender might not be, but I think with this one, look at the color of the light pink. See? I'm going to take it back. And I'm going to say that you needed to. So there. So you have lavender, you need the bubble gum, you need banana, you need mango, and then the lime. These colors are so good. I feel like this is going to be part of the Brights set. So yeah, if you see gelatos and it's the Bright set, then I bet you all of that colors is going to be a part of that. Okay, so for the other, ooh, I think this one is my favorite. It has to be my favorite. I think so. Now, I want to use some, okay, I'm just going to use my art tape. See, I told you they roll. So make sure you put it, like, place it upside down so it doesn't roll on you. All right, so just to give you an idea how you can use these drips, paint drips. I love it. You can use a brown, color it in and make it like a chocolate drip. Oh, so fun. Yummy. Yummy too. I'm just going to put a washi tape in there. I'm going to, not washi tape. This is a painter's tape from Altenew. I love this thing because it does not um, hurt my paper. When I kind of like try to peel it off, it will not hurt my paper. Some tapes are like, yeah, not so very good. Okay, so we're going to create some gradients in here. And I'm going to start with we're going to do a little bit of like rainbow colors, right? Since we don't have red, so we start with the darkest pink. I think I'm going to do maybe do the lavender, then the orange, and then the yellow and the green. Okay, so I have this water mister. I'm just going to wet my brush just a little bit, just like that. And then I'll pick up some of that bubble gum. I'm not going to add so much because we're going to use a lot of colors in here. Now you're going to see that this one is a soft detail. So what you want to do is you don't want to go against the little, you know, details like this. So you want to go from the bottom to the top, right? So unless you have it the other way around, so as long as you don't go against the details of the stencils, because you might not get a very nice impression. So what I'm going to do is from the bottom, I'm going to work from the bottom here to go on top. And then you don't have to press on it a lot. So basically you're just adding a little bit of pressure, you know, just play around with your pressure just a little bit at a time. I'm going to do half of this big drip right here. And then I'm going to pick up the lavender color, which is a, really it is like a light pink to me, more than a lavender. But maybe this is the lavender color. Maybe I don't know my colors. I don't know. But see, again, I'm working from the bottom and then slowly working my way up, right? If you feel like this is not vibrant enough for you, what you can do again is go add a second layer, which I think I'm going to do after this lavender. I want to add a little bit of that bubble gum to really get an intense pink. So just go in circular motion. Don't try not to go a vertical stroke, especially you have this little tiny details in there. So just kind of like go over it and then go circular motion, right? So I'm gonna go just clean up a little, and then I'm gonna pick up some of that bubble gum. I'm really gonna pack in the pigments. So you can see now I have a lot of pigments in here. Just gonna go, there you go. Now we're gonna add some pink to this. But I don't think I'm seeing like the difference from the bubblegum to the lavender. Is it just me, or I'm just not seeing it? I don't know. Maybe I need to get like red, because I feel like the colors are just blending very well, which is not a bad thing, but not what I'm hoping for right now, or not what I'm trying to do, at least. So I guess we're just going to end up with this pink, because I feel like I'm just packing in some of the pigments and it's creating a border around that shape of the drip, which is not exactly what I would like. So I'm just going to pick up some of that pigments. You're going to see it a little bit because I can see it building up from the, like around that shape of the drip. And all I'm doing is I'm just kind of like going over that and picking up some of the pigments and just kind of like moving it here and cleaning it over there. So I guess we're not going to have a whole lot of difference from the bubble gum and the lavender. Oh well. Moving on. Definitely not what I had in mind, but okay then. Then I'm going to go use my, which one is this? Mango. Oh, the mango is so pretty. I don't know if this is like the mango color of the Philippines. Our mango is like yellow. This one is more mango. I mean, for us, okay, in the Philippines. I'm going over some parts of the lavender, and I'm just kind of like going like this. Right? So kind of like you have that pretty gradient blend. So I guess next time, if you do this, you can skip the bubble gum and just go straight for the lavender. And that's all you need to do. All right, I'm just gonna go clean up. This is still moist, this is still wet, so I'm okay. And then I'm gonna pick up some of that banana. Don't ask me why I do banana sound when I say banana. It doesn't even sound like the minions. All right, so, ooh, the banana is so pretty. I feel like I want to adjust parts of that mango and go over here because I don't feel like I have enough banana in here. Does that make sense? I feel like I want to go over parts of the lavender now since I don't really have, I can't really see the bubble gum anyway. So I'm just going to go over this one But then now I have so much of the mango. Oh well, we're just gonna go play. Maybe if I use the lavender, it will be intense. Nope, no intense. But the gradient is so beautiful. I can, it's so different. I'm looking at the screen, then I'm looking at the paper because parts of that paper is peeking through, and it's gorgeous. All right. So last is the lime color. So just really picking up some pigment, packing it in my brush. Really want this intensity. I think I got this brush. It's a set from Michaels, I think. I think it came in 3 different sizes. One that's like large, like bigger than this one. And then a middle one that's the same size as this. And then this is the smallest one. It was really nice to have like, 3 different colors. It was actually very nice. I feel like we really didn't have the mango part now here, but it's okay. We're just going to keep it like this. All right. So we peel and we reveal. Peel and reveal. That is so pretty. So can you imagine you have this and it's kind of like your border on top and then you're right over here, right? Or use some of that washi tape. This one is the 5mm washi tape, part of the washi club. This is the smallest one. Oh my goodness. I'm just gonna go have a clean cut because I kind of peeled it. So then just put it on top to create like a clean border. But that line, I know, I smudged it, guys, because it's still wet. So be careful. Don't be like me. All right, just try to be careful. If you feel like the gelatos are still wet, it is going to smudge because I really applied a lot of product in there. So if you have like an eraser, you can just pick it up while it's still very fresh, kind of like go over it. Oh, don't be like me, I smudge it even more. All right, we're gonna pretend that it's not there. Okay, we're gonna use our imagination and pretend that we don't have any smearing thing. So I love this part right here. I love it. I would definitely use this in my planner. I would do that kind of like add a border. This one is, they has a lot of products. So make sure to clean your stencils and carefully also. Don't be like, just go over it like really careful. And then if you can, especially with the gelatos, probably with like some distress oxide inks, if you're using like dye inks, you probably don't have to do this, but since it's like gelatos, I can really see that there's like a lot of products and you're going to see that anyway. So maybe some of the inks will do that too. So just kind of like go over it, go around it, and then slowly carefully pick up those pigments so it's not there for the next time. Okay, so that is one. Now we've seen, that's the second. We've seen over here the washi. Actually, this is the third one now. Now for this right here, this I didn't clean this part, the washi club. Sorry. I mean the washi strip. Oops. My bad. And the leaves too. Okay. So, all right, so this notes area right here, I'm going to use the artist tape that we had. Again, remember, look at this. It's in the part where all this very soft parts of the stencil. So go against that if you ever use an artist tape as well. So I'm going to do it right over here, and I'm actually going to use parts of the washi later on to add my title. but not right now. I'm just going to go like this. And I'm going to use this again and then cover up parts here. And then I want to cover up some parts right there too. So I'm going to grab more stencil. So I can cover up the lines. Don't necessarily want to use that. Okay, so because the gelatos can get, the products can really pack in. I've noticed that if you use so much gelatos, it's really hard to write on top of it. So we're going to be mindful about that. So we're not going to add too much product, and we really want to blend this in. So you want to go in circles and just really go around. Make sure that you don't pack the products in one area, because like what I said, it might be a little difficult to write on top of it, especially if you're just using, you know, regular pens and all that. But if you're going to use a marker, a brush pen, as long as it's really blended, no problem. I do it all the time. As long as you blend it very well. Okay, so you can see it's not as vibrant, you know, it's not as rich as this because I have less products in there. All right. If you're going to use like dye inks, I don't think you will have the same issue because the way the gelatos are, it's not being absorbed in the paper. So the products are sitting on top of the paper, right? So it's creating like that top surface in here. So unlike the dye inks or distress oxide inks, what it does is it gets absorbed in the paper. So there's no problem of you writing on top of it. But with the gelatos, like what I said, it sets on top of your paper. So basically you're adding another surface of the gelatos on top. So just blend it real well. So I'm just adding parts, mango here at the bottom. So just I can have a little bit of gradient. I always like creating gradients here with the gelatos. And I'm really just blending. Now I am adding a bit of pressure in here to really pack it in. Earlier I wasn't, but now I'm like really packing that in. So I'm going to pick up some parts. I'm going to pick up some of the bubble gum and apply it into some parts at the bottom. We'll see if we're going to get a nice gradient. Ooh, and we are getting a nice gradient. This time, not adding too much pressure, just kind of like having some equal pressure in here all across the page, just so I can spread the pigments first before packing it in right away. Does that make sense? Because if you apply pressure right away, what you're going to do is you're going to pack in those products in there right away. But if you apply just a bit of pressure and then do your circular motions, what you're doing is you're spreading the product much, 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 much better. So if you feel like you always have troubles with your gelatos and you feel like, oh, it's there right away, I couldn't blend it anymore, it's so hard to blend. Well, think about that. Maybe you were packing in the products so quickly. So just apply just a little pressure while you're blending, while you're still spreading and blending. And then once you're ready to kind of like create your buildup, that's when you should apply a bit of pressure like that. So it just takes steps. And then, you know, it's like a bit of a trial and error. The more you do it, you know, the more you play with your, no matter which type of mediums you're using, you know, whether it's watercolors or acrylic paints or, you know, the more you do it, the more techniques you're going to learn, and how to properly do it better next time. All right, so I'm just gonna keep parts of that painter's tape. So I think I'm gonna use the green this time. I think that's gonna be a nice gradient. So this is the lime color. I picked up the iridescent first, so I can like, oh, that's not the right one. So again, I'm just easy on the pressure. I'm just applying and then blending at the same time, applying and spreading, not adding too much pressure in here, just kind of like really light. And notice how I'm holding it with both my thumb and my pointer finger, so that I can really have great control over the brush. And I think that's why maybe I like this one so much, because you're really in there and you have really good control. Just like that. I can really have a sense of how much pressure I'm actually using, you know? All right, I think that's good. I knew I did that. I kind of had a feeling in the end. I'm like, oh, I think I'm hitting the other shape. But it's okay. Right. We're going to clean it up next time because we're almost done. And I just really wanted to show you guys, you know, what you can do with your gelatos and the stencils. Isn't this so fun? Look at all the colors. Now you can use your stickers, you know, so you have parts of it where you can probably here, let's get lost. Let's, you know, the die cuts are slightly bigger. So for the A6, but if you're using your A5 journals, then that's a perfect size. And this one you have a paint, like that jar and all that. You have a paintbrush. You know, you can use the paintbrush over here. Or if you want to cover up parts of your boo-boo, put that over there. Or use some of the flags. But there's so many ideas. I mean, I think it's really, you know, a good idea to invest in some good inks. I mean, I love the gelatos because again, um, just because of how versatile it really is, because you know we've seen it earlier, you know, you can use it to cover up a whole page like this and just full of gelatos. I mean, you know, and just apply the gelatos directly in there and then blend it with your finger or with a baby wipes, you know. Or you can use it with a water brush and use it as a watercolor. So really you can use this medium in so many different ways and not just blending with a stencil. So I think it's really a good investment. But I mean, these were just a few ideas, you know, that maybe it will inspire you how you can use, you know, the florals, you know, add some layers, use different colors for the flowers, and then create your own pattern papers in your journals. Maybe create a border, you know, using some of the florals. And then this one, I think it's my favorite. The drips, the paint drips are my favorite. I'm ready to play around with this one. Just be careful that while it's still wet, if you're using the gelatos, just be mindful, you know, so to not smudge around so you're not going to have any mess that I did. Good thing it was just a sample, because if this is like my final page, I'd probably be really upset with myself. But then again, it's part of the mess, right? So that's why we're doing this, is we're just having fun. So I hope that this video gave you some ideas and some inspiration how you're going to use your stencils in your planners and in your journals. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm happy to help. And I hope that this video was helpful and exciting and super fun. If you want more videos like this, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you again in the next one. As for now, stay creative and stay happy. Bye, guys.